This is Derf Sites. This HTML tutorial is about the HTML version 5 video tag. First we'll look at our HTML5 page. Here's the doc type for version 5. And we have a video tag here, our first one in this page. Video and then the ending video tag pair. Inside the video tag are source elements. HTML5 video supports 3 different video formats: MP4, OGG, and WebM. All the leading browsers support MP4 except Opera. Opera supports OGG and WebM. If you want to support all the leading browsers, that means you'll need 2 sources. The first source, its source attribute, will be the URL to an MP4 version of your video, and your second one, if you want to support Opera as well, will need to be OGG or WebM. In our example here, we use an OGG type with an OGV extension. These 2 videos are the same video, just different formats. If you don't need to support Opera, you could just have one source, MP4. The browsers, when they parse the video tag, they'll look for the first source that they can play and use that one. If the browser does not support the HTML5 video tag, then this text here that we've included inside the tag will be displayed instead of showing the video. The attributes that we have here, there's a width of 400 pixels to make our video area 400 wide. We leave out the height so that it would be automatically proportionally sized by the browser according to how it should be sized. There is one Boolean attribute, control. Simply having that present without a value means to show the control strip on the video with the ability to pause it and resume it, and to start to move it around at different positions. Also on our page we have 3 other video tags that are single source tags, and the purpose of these is to experiment with the different browsers and see which of the 3 videos they actually support. Because with a single source, if the browser doesn't play it, then you'll be able to see that it's grayed that out, or we'll have a message telling you that it's an invalid or an unsupported format. With these other 3 tags, we use the poster attribute as well. If a video does not have a picture that displays when it loads, you can provide one. We've provided a picture with each of these other 3 videos by putting a URL of an image appropriate for those videos. Our first one, we do not have a poster because the frame that's shown when it's loaded does have a picture there on that first video. We'll now go ahead and run this page in the Internet Explorer browser first. Here we are in Internet Explorer. Our first video had 2 sources. To determine which one is being used, we can right click on the page, on the video, and say save video as, and it will show us the MP4. So IE found that the first source it could handle, the MP4. Let's go ahead and start playing this video. There's no audio with this particular video. As it plays, if we pause it, we see that there's no progress bar. You have to do the full screen zoom of the video, and then you see a progress bar down here. And we can back up a little bit, and it's a better play control area in full screen. We'll pause it, hit escape, and come back over here. And then we have our three single source video tags. Our first one was the MP4. IE does handle MP4. We'll go ahead and play that. This video has audio with it. We'll pause that one. The next video is OGG. Notice that IE has grayed out the play button and displayed invalid source. So IE does not support OGG. And for the WebM video, it also does not support that format. However, our first one with the two source technique, it does handle that one just as we would want it to. Now we're going to go into the Google Chrome browser. Here's the same page in Google Chrome. Our first video plays. We'll pause it. We can zoom it. Play it in zoom mode. Pause it. And if we check save video as, it's also the MP4 that Google Chrome is able to play immediately. It's the first source it encounters. Moving down our list, MP4 can handle that. Notice that the OGG, Google Chrome can also play the OGG. We see that one. Pause that. And also WebM, Chrome can handle WebM.
Firing chain is armed, sound suppression water system activated. T-minus 13, 12, 11.
For this one, we'll go ahead and watch the launch here before we get back to our tutorial comments. That's a nice image there that we've paused on. Come back down to our page, and there it is, back to its embedded size. So Google Chrome handles all the three formats. Next we'll look at Firefox Browser. Here we are in Firefox. Play our first one. Pause it. And also on this one we see MP4 as well as supported by Firefox. And the next one is the MP4 as well. OGG, Firefox can handle OGG, and WebM handles that as well. So Firefox also handles all the three different formats that are possible. Our last browser that we're going to look at here on Windows is Opera. Opera again plays our two-source version, and if we check what it got a hit on, say video as, we see that it was the OGG format, the OGV file, because Opera does not handle MP4. Also here on the MP4 we see it's grayed out. It cannot play an MP4. But because we had two sources here, again, we were able to handle Opera as well. Opera can handle the OGG and also can handle the WebM. Let's look again at our HTML code. So to summarize our code, this technique of having two sources in a video tag, one MP4 and the other OGG or WebM, works on all the leading browsers. And we've also observed through experiment here that they all do support MP4 except Opera. And we saw also the poster attribute showing the pictures on the 3 single source videos. Finally, we'll go back and run the page one last time in Chrome and end there. Here we are in Chrome. We see this standard two-source technique that works on all the browsers, and single sources that it handles as well. We'll go ahead and zoom this one. This is the Mars flyover from NASA. Bring it back down, and we'll pause that right there. Get the NASA launch going as well. And we can run the Mars again. You can see that multiple videos can be streaming at the same time here on the page. Not that you would want to do that, but it does illustrate the parallel processing. This concludes our HTML5 video tag tutorial.